BBC News with Sue Montgomery. Turkey is about to hold its first ever presidential runoff election. Voters will decide whether or not Recep Tayyip Erdogan should remain in power after 2 decades. His challenger, Kemal Kılıçdaroğlu, who's backed by a broad opposition alliance, has billed the vote as a referendum on Turkey's future direction. It takes place against the backdrop of a troubled economy, as Anna Foster reports from Istanbul.
The value of the lira has plummeted, inflation has soared. People have really felt it in their pockets and they want somebody to try and make a change. President Erdogan has set himself up as the continuity candidate, the strong leader who can sort this out. But of course, on the other side, there are people who say that he's had a chance to do that. And in fact, some of the decisions that he's made on things like interest rates have contributed to the continuing problem.
Russia's ambassador to Britain has warned that Western arms supplies to Ukraine risk escalating the war to levels not seen so far. In a BBC interview, Andrei Kielin also claimed that Russia's military was far superior to that of Ukraine.
It's a big idealistic mistake to think that Ukraine may prevail. Russia is 16 times bigger than Ukraine. We have enormous resources, and we hasn't just started yet to act very seriously.
Iran and the Taliban authorities in Afghanistan have accused each other of starting a gun battle along their border. Reports say 2 Iranian border guards and 1 Taliban fighter were killed in the exchange. Tensions have increased in recent weeks after Iran accused the Taliban of violating a 50-year-old treaty by restricting water flows from the Helmand River into Lake Hamun, which straddles the border. The Taliban's Interior Ministry spokesman said the situation was under control and senior officials from both countries were in contact to resolve the dispute. Police in the Netherlands have arrested more than 1,500 climate activists protesting against fossil fuel subsidies. They were blocking a motorway in The Hague, close to the Dutch Parliament. The road was finally cleared after several hours. Most of the demonstrators were released, but police said 40 would face prosecution. Several Dutch celebrities were among the protesters, including the Game of Thrones actress Karis van Houten. These protesters said despite the disruption, their action was necessary.
I'm glad it is happening. I'm glad people are taking action. Well, we are taking action, but the government should follow suit.
We're going to stay here until they drag us away. The climate change is an unfolding crisis. We know the cause, and it's still being subsidized by our government, so it really needs to stop.
World News from the BBC. The paramilitary Rapid Support Forces in Sudan have said they are willing to discuss the possibility of extending their ceasefire with the army. The current truce between the 2 rival military factions expires on Monday. Reports from the war-torn capital, Khartoum, say it was calmer on Saturday, with only sporadic clashes. Lawmakers in the U.S. state of Texas have voted to impeach the Attorney General, Ken Paxton. The close ally of former President Donald Trump has been accused by fellow Republicans of abuse of office. He's alleged to have used his elected position to benefit himself and a campaign donor. Mr. Paxton has denied the charges. He will be temporarily removed from office before a trial in the state Senate. Paris Saint-Germain have won the French Football League title for a record 11th time. A 1-1 draw in their away match with Racing Strasbourg secured the title. In Germany, Bayern Munich have won an 11th consecutive Bundesliga title. They beat Cologne to overtake Borussia Dortmund on a thrilling final day. This Bayern fan expressed his excitement at his team's triumph.
Of course. It's never been that exciting until the end. I mean, we've sort of offered it to Dortmund. That makes it even sweeter to have spat in their soup. They always wanted it, we've offered it, but we gladly take it back.
The French film Anatomy of a Fall, directed by Justine Triet, has won this year's Palme d'Or award at the Cannes Festival. It's only the 3rd time a film directed by a woman has won the festival's top honour. Ms. Triet used her acceptance speech to condemn the French government for what she called its shocking suppression of pension protests. The French Culture Minister, Rima Abdul Malak, rejected the comments as unfair. BBC News.